Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about WWE Monday Night Raw and reviewing all of the winners and losers of this week's edition of WWE Monday Night Raw. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the show officially kicks off with the ring general Gunther coming out. Then AJ Styles comes out. Of course, he says, like, he wins and stuff because, really, he did tap out. Gunther tapped out to AJ Styles. So that is one of the things that basically proves that AJ Styles is better than Gunther, in my opinion. I don't think Gunther's worthy of having, like, the Legend Killer nickname in his name. Maybe that's just me, but I don't think he's worthy of that. But AJ Styles versus Gunther at the Royal Rumble got confirmed, but it's for AJ Styles' career. So if Gunther wins, AJ Styles' career is over. But if also AJ Styles wins, of course, he'll have one over Gunther, which he should already have one over Gunther. But let's get into the next segment, as the Island crowd really, really liked this. By the way, if you got this far in the video, go ahead and like and subscribe and even comment if you want to show me that you got this far in the video. And next is the rematch from the last week, which is Becky Lynch versus Maxxine Dupri. Maxxine Dupri hit Becky with a strong kick, but Natalya shocked everybody by placing Becky's foot on the rope. Becky Maxxine Dupri with a manhandle slam to keep the championship. Following after the match, Natalya attacked Maxxine Dupri and locked her in the sharpshooter, which basically implies that Natalya is a heel now since she done turned on Maxxine Dupri. And I hope that they do get like a match on WrestleMania, because that would actually be a good match. And yeah. Jey Uso done a little segment. Last week he did say that there was supposed to be like an open challenge. I heard that with the New Day. I can't really remember last week, because if I'm being honest, I wasn't paying attention. I saw like him in Alpha Academy, just they're doing a lot of stuff with Jay and Jimmy when they should be doing wrestling matches, because that's literally what made them a good tag team, was the wrestling matches and not talking backstage and not, doing not a nonsensical stuff that they've been doing now. So right now, I think a little bit off of the Usos, but he did come out and he said, "Oh yeah, well, I'm in the 2026 Royal Rumble," and really, that's what I expected from Jey Uso. So it was nothing really special, at least to me. Maybe to y'all, but to me, it really wasn't anything special. So let's go on to the next match. And now we move on to the next match, which is Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee versus The Vision, Logan Paul, Brock Reed, and Austin Theory. Coming in by Paul Heyman. Actually doing this match, Adam Pearce was on the outside, and Adam Pearce actually stopped Logan Paul from using the brass knuckles because he tried to. Ray grabbed them and hit Austin Theory with them, followed by Penta with a Canadian Destroyer to win the match. Following the backstage, Paul Heyman confront Adam Pearce, warning he would be missed, and he told him to take a phone call, leaving Adam Pearce looking concerned. Of course, I am reading this off of a thing, but what I would have said I would have said that basically Paul Heyman told him to take a phone call. I don't know who it was, and I forgot what the name he said, but he did say like a name. It was like a nickname. It might be Chris Jericho, might be Braun Breaker. At this point, we don't know who it is, so let's just skip on to the other subject. I don't know why I said subject. I was meaning segment. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky talk about their upcoming title defense. They announced that they would enter in the Royal Rumble. Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez did come out to interrupt them. Morgan accused Rhea Ripley of always turning on her partners. And basically Roxanne Perez backed her up too. Raquel Rodriguez attacked both of them, and they're all going to be entering in the Royal Rumble. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I think they're all very good wrestlers too, but I think they should be putting more focus on their Saturday night's main event match than really the Royal Rumble right now. And I think it is a little too early to do that match, but since they done it, they need to put all the hype on. Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They need to put all the hype on that because that's really a WrestleMania worthy tag team match right there. And I do end up thinking that Rhea or Io, one will win the title, one will win the Chamber or the Rumble, and they're probably going to fight each other at WrestleMania like the main event of night one. And that match could probably be the main event night two, and actually having Rhea actually win the title, which I think would be pretty cool since that would be Rhea's first beat, I guess, against Io Sky, her first win over Io Sky, I meant to say. It would be a very good match to have at WrestleMania, but the Judgment Day always is standing tall, and we'll talk about the Judgment Day later tonight. So let's get into a grande Americano versus Javon Evans. I feel like this match would have been really good, but of course the injury happened with Javon Evans, and I've heard reports that this is a real and legit injury, and I feel like WWE is having too many injuries right now. They had Seth Rollins injured, they had Dom injured, they had Stephanie injured, a lot of people has been injured during this past year and this past month too. So they need to probably chill out with the spots and chill out with everything else. So let's get into the World Heavyweight Championship match. And now finally, it's the main event. Finn Balor versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. This match actually was a very, very solid match. Of course, CM Punk coming out, his entrance theme playing for, of course, like 1,000 years, probably in different languages too, because the ad breaks on Raw are so long, and I know that they said that they were going to pace it. It's just crazy how long the ad breaks are, though. And I know that there were plans for Demon Finn Balor to come back, and I wish that would have happened because that crowd would have went probably insane if it did happen. But of course, we did have the old theme returning. Balor kind of looking more like a face in this. CM Punk kind of looking like a tweener to like a healer side. Of course, CM Punk did retain his title. Uh, he defeated Finn Balor with a GTS, by pinfall and everything. CM Punk did offer a hand to Finn Balor, but of course, Balor, he shook his hand too, raising his hand up and hugging him afterwards. And generally, if Finn Balor does, like, turn face, like, right now, I think this is probably more than likely going to be his last year. So he probably will have a rematch with Punk maybe later into the year, and maybe they'll even have Finn Balor win, which could be a crazy shock. And of course, they could have the Demon return, and of course, John Cena retired with the title. So I'm expecting the same thing out of some of these people like AJ Styles and Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar, all these people who's retiring this year. Probably not Brock, but but the people who's retiring this year, like Shinsuke, AJ, and Finn, I could see them winning world titles, and I just pray that they don't give Brock Lesnar a title. But I'm gonna be doing a review on SmackDown this week too. So without further ado, peace.